Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button, get that bell notification on too, so you don't miss out on the next episode of Brockton County, an Ontario-themed city. And make sure to hit the like button too. The like button helps the channel a lot. What is happening in this shot? Jeez, I don't know. Seems like it's the out of bounds where the planes are going in. Anyways, that was a little silly. Today's episode, we are going to be looking at building our very own airline and also looking at some helicopters as well. We're going to start to re-envision the area that the old cargo airport was around. So we'll be starting to look at that because while we're not going to be focusing on the airport today, on Wednesday and Friday's episode, we'll be building the cargo airport. So I kind of want to start cleaning things up a little bit in today's episode. But I also want to build a bit of a residential community out where we planted down the airline office headquarters. We have a lot of residential demand, so I feel like it's a good time to add in some residential. It's a good area to add in some residential, and it'll help kind of fill out the area where we put down our airline headquarters. Now, if you don't remember us doing that, don't blame me. It was the last thing I did on last Friday's episode. Oh, what a nice shot. This is out in cottage country. So we put it out kind of on the edge of the city away from the airport because it's a really nice office building and I feel like it can be a feature piece of a neighborhood. So especially like a gentrified neighborhood like we're building it in. So that's the goal today. So build the airline, build up a residential community, and start looking at the helicopter situation. All right, so this is where we built the airport headquarters last time around. Now what I did is I just detailed it up a little bit on my own while I waited for some things to sim through the game a little bit. Didn't take me long. I think maybe I simmed for like 10 minutes while I just detailed this, obviously. So we're going to be starting to look at the airlines. We do that by clicking on the building itself, but let's just take a quick peek at where we are. So we're quite a ways away from the airport itself, but you know, the game lets you do that, and I think it's a really cool idea. Maybe the airline found a nice piece of land over here, right in the municipal services area. And I mean, it's not that far away either. You could really just take this road right down here, hop on the expressway, you follow the expressway, get off here, and all of a sudden you're at the airport. So not a big deal. So my thinking is there's a lot of stuff going on over here. Let's start to re-envision this, and we'll get some nice residential communities out over here. Maybe we'll use this road as a bit of a marker to stop, and then we'll save this spot for a quick build at the end of an episode shortly. But if you're new to the channel, what I do is I rotate weeks between this series and our other series, which is Fort Prairie, an Alberta themed city, which is a series that I only just recently started. But there's not much left to do on this map, I think. So we're going to fill up this area. Maybe work over here a little bit. We're going to do the islands in an episode, probably a whole week episode. I want to get another town over here. We'll do the cargo airport itself. And, you know, maybe another town or two. We have some suburbs to build over here along this beach area. Out over here a little bit. So, you know, there's not a ton of things left to do. And I gotta admit, it's starting to glitch out a little bit. It's a pretty big city. It happens. It's on a lot of mods, a lot of changing mods, so the map is starting to glitch out a little bit. Oh, we have cottage country as well to fill up. So not a ton left to do. So just keep that in mind. Well, especially since we're doing rotating weeks, it is going to take a little while in the calendar to complete, but not that many episodes left. So why don't we start with looking at how to do your own airline. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the airport headquarters building, click airline info, and if we just click this button right here, it'll take us to our airport. So you can also do this right from the airport itself. And first of all, you can name your airport, you can change the logo, you can change the color of the plane, you can adjust the tickets. You also have some policies to play with. I don't know why we didn't do car rentals. So it may increase traffic, I don't mind that. So we'll throw that on, and we also have great maintenance, which costs a little bit, but it adds land value. And I don't know if we really need land value out this way. So why don't we remove that one, save us some money. And hotel discounts. Okay, I don't mind that at all. Okay, so this is the info. Looks pretty good. Seems like a lot of the seats aren't being used at the moment. So we'll have to try and beef up the amount of people using it. So hopefully the car rentals helps. We also have a garbage issue over here. I really, oh, there we go. Okay, finally. I added a ton of garbage facilities down here because it just wasn't going away. All right, so let's build our airline. So let's name the airport Brockton Air. I feel like that's a pretty safe name. There we go. And then I want to use this logo here. And we'll also make it, we'll make it yellow. And the reason why is because the airport's name is the William Shatner International Airport. Airpod, apparently. There we go. How long has it been like that? It kind of looks like the Star Trek logo. And, you know, Captain Kirk wore a yellow shirt. But, you know, it's red, so it's also the whole red shirts with Star Trek. So, anyways, I thought it'd be pretty funny to do that. And you can also adjust the ticket. So the higher prices will increase your income, but may also make your airport less attractive. So I think maybe we can... Oh, wow, okay. I think maybe we can add a little bit to it. We have a lot of attractiveness to play with, so I think we're good. Whoops. So yeah, I think maybe we can even raise it to something closer to $60. And we're probably still good. We could probably raise it a bit higher too, but I don't want to tank the airport itself. But you know, it is coming along pretty nicely. I saw a plane land here on our new runway earlier while I was waiting for things to happen. This runway is kind of like a secondary support runway for this line here, but it's also for our museum over on this side. So if you're thinking about where I want the helicopters, I'm thinking out over on this side. We have all this land over here, which probably wouldn't be built on because of the runway itself. So I think maybe we can get the helicopters on this side, maybe over in this quadrant. But I also really like the idea of getting the helicopters closer to as well. Perhaps more of like a commuter helicopter, which I always find a little bit silly. But anyways, so that's what we'll do next. Let's swing back over to our, where is it? It's down here, holy cow, to our headquarters. So there we go, love to see that. We need more people. We have tons of residential demand. Looks like people aren't buying stuff. Is that what this is about? That's a police station, Steven. Not enough goods to sell. All right, well, hopefully that will fix itself. Because it seems to be located in one area, so we'll see about that. All right, so what do we have in this area already? Well, we have some support tram lines, which there's no trams that run on this. All the trams run in and out of here, and then they hop up into here, into our depot. So lots of trucks as well coming into here because of this train station we squeezed in. So that's something to keep in mind, that this is a heavy trafficked area, especially on this side. But over here is a nice area for maybe an older residential community. And a lot of the traffic is coming out through this intersection, so we'll have to pay attention to that. But I don't think this needs to be a tram line anymore, especially since we have everything running out of there. So if we go into our trams, that's the subway. Yeah, you see, so we have a bunch of lines starting over on this side, and I think we put this one in because we figured that when we're adding the new line in, lots of trams are going to be coming from the tram depot, that we didn't want to clog up the system, which, you know, isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing just to keep it, so maybe we will just keep it. It's not like it's harming anything. Could just be extra support infrastructure. All right, so let's think about getting some residential in here. I think right along this little strip here would probably be more of a commercialized zone. We have a nice subway stop over on this side. Plus it's pretty close to the theme park as well. So why don't we start off with that commercial. So we'll go into low density commercial. And let's actually throw an office building down right in the corner here. And then we'll go 3 wide into here with commercial. Let's take that out to about there. We'll do the same thing in here. And we'll do that, so we leave a bit of space. Alrighty, and then what I'll do here is I'll take just the normal residential and we'll fill this up. So I'm leaving some space here because I would like to get some fencing in. I think that would be a good idea. And then what we'll do is we'll get a bit more commercial right through here. And then we'll get a nice big, amount of residential housing in here. And I'm not going too close to this metro tunnel. This metro tunnel doesn't see any metros coming through it. This is all for the looks of this area, so no worries. And yeah, I don't mind this at all. I think I wouldn't mind a street here though, just to go right down the middle here. So why don't we just choose a little spot? I don't think it really matters where it is, just to connect up like so. And then we'll continue that street a bit farther. Make a bit of a cul-de-sac right here. Maybe that road got cut off, or we could continue it across like we did with the other ones, which isn't a bad idea at all, actually. Let's do that. Let's try to line it up with this one. Okay, and then we'll go back down to ground level. Just like that. Okay, so I noticed that I didn't snap to this node, so I'm going to remove the node. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, so now let's just upgrade these streets here to be a bit more friendly looking. And then what I'll do is I'll just bring this one back as a bit of a cul-de-sac. Yeah, I don't mind bringing it to about there. Alrighty, so again, we're going to see lots of traffic go through here. So what I'm thinking about doing is planning out the road network on this side and then taking off zoning from this street. But first things first, this isn't the most ideal roadway over here, the way this kind of curves down and over. I don't mind it. I think we can leave it, but it's definitely going to be something to keep an eye on because it is rather strange. So we could say that maybe that's an older road that has remained. But we have these two blimps, I believe. Blimp stop and hot air balloons. So we need to move these. I think we're going to move them over here. I want to keep them relatively close, but I don't want to keep them in this area. It's a bit too much of an industrial area at the moment. So I think maybe if we can get them over on this side, that would probably be ideal. I don't want to just move them so far away that they become obsolete. So why don't we do that? Okay, so we're gonna need a bit of a support road. So I'm thinking we go with the dirt road because people can still park on the dirt road and it looks kind of cool. Alrighty, let's do that as well. I'm gonna grab the blimp stop and we're just gonna move it. Just like that. And we're gonna need to go into here, throw this on, because we're gonna need to readjust our blimp path. So let's delete all this. Let's pause the game while we're doing this because we do actually have an active blimp line. Not many people use it, to be honest, so... And then we're just gonna grab this stop to move it. Okay, holy cow. Why couldn't you do that? Drag stop to move it. Cannot find path. Okay, well let's sim the game 3 speed. Hopefully it'll pop back. It's not the end of the world if I have to do it off camera, but pretty much what that blimp does is it just for scenery, goes all the way over here and then it stops over on this side. I don't even really know how many people use it, if any, and yeah, 1 person is using it. So, you know, it's really important that we get this done properly. So I'll just leave it for now. And then let's do the hot air balloon tours. So it's going to be running out of the same facility. There we go. That's pretty good. And then let's grab both of these with move it. And I'm just going, whoops, let's undo that. Let's hold shift and click them together, Steven. Let's actually flip them as well. Why? Well, one of them is paved, and I kind of like the idea of keeping the paved one over here. Let's bring this back to about this point. And let's keep this one just a slight bit a ways. Okay, let's raise that up. Alrighty, so now that we got that in place, I would like to just upgrade those roads actually. Especially just this one right here and this one. Just because the pavement kind of works a little bit better if it's with other pavement. Yeah, and then this one, I think we can just move down ever so slightly so we can try to get rid of some of the clipping into the terrain. Okay, so let's just level it out a little bit farther. And then we'll come back with the smoothing tool. Yeah, very nice. Okay. So one thing I do need to add into this area is some death care. This area doesn't have a lot of death care. We go, let's actually just exit out of that. Go into here, click on death care. While there is some, they keep filling up over here, so we need to make sure that we have enough to support the region as a whole, because these death care facilities really pull from the downtown core here. So we need to make sure that we have an adequate amount. So I think right over here is kind of a good location, especially for perhaps like more of like a legacy facility. Perhaps one that was here long before all this growth in the town. Yeah, I think maybe we can just use this whole block as one, so we don't need to keep building commercial to kind of block up this crazy street. And then I actually have this one asset that looks really nice if you just take it. If you have a cemetery that has a road backing onto it, it's really nice. So it's called County Church, and you can just throw it right up over top of the chapel. You can also put it in the corners as well, but I think it just kind of makes the whole thing look a bit more full. All right, very nice. And then let's take some of our new trees. I really like the live oak that we're using in our other series. And let's just plant a couple of these trees right along either side of, what the heck? There we go. Yeah, very nice. Alrighty, so we got that in place. Let's continue our expansion. So this is actually a nice place to maybe grab a park as well. So if we go into leisure, it's right here, parks and plazas. I don't think it's actually showing them because, again, my game is starting to glitch out a bit. Like earlier when I was trying to look at the land value, it wasn't even showing up. So, I mean, this is pretty high land value. That is nice to see. Decreases over here, so perhaps the park is better served a bit closer. So let's try to plan that park out. So we'll go with a large park with trees. Okay, no, the small park. Nice. Okay, yeah, this one does fit. Yeah, I was thinking it could go right here, which would be a nice spot for one, but it's also a nice spot for some houses. Over here, it will serve as a bit of a transition area, and same thing right here as well. That might be really nice right here, actually. Okay, yeah, that kind of is a bit of a continuation from the park around the amusement park. Alrighty, so let's take our pavement tool, bring it down a bunch, and we're just gonna pave this in. Whoops. To about this point, I'm just gonna try and make sure it's as clean as possible. So we do have a bit of a gate over here, so I would like to kind of honor the asset a little bit And what we'll do is we'll just take a road. Then we are on a bit of a curve here, so why don't we build with the topography on? And let's go into the industry road. Straight. And I'll go from right about here, just connect up. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Just bring this down. And then what I'll do is I'll just take a dirt path. And we're gonna go right in between here. Just so people can use it to walk through if they wish. And then we can also do the same thing right here as well. Okay, I don't think we're gonna build anything over here. I think we'll kind of leave it like this. We might be able to squeeze a parking lot though. I have this nice little asset. It is 3x3, nice. So we'll park this down right here. And yeah, I mean, a couple food trucks here might be nice, but I think we'll leave it for now. Alrighty, so let's take some zoning away. Oh wait, we didn't end up actually doing anything with this. So yeah, let's just zone this up then first, and then we'll come back to it. Alrighty, we're gonna fill all this up to about here. I guess I could have taken the zoning off anyways. Alrighty, so we'll let that all fill up. And this should really be a bit closer like that, so the pavement starts connecting. If we go back into here, we can then line that up together. And let's go back to the remove zoning tool. We're going to remove the zoning from here because I think it's important to grab this area up as some residential. So I think maybe we can be a bit picky with our lots here. Let's try to split that up right here. Might be nice. And maybe we can actually just throw a path up here. Alrighty, so this guy, I actually just want to move down a little bit so it's a bit more centralized. And this fire hall is in a weird place. I think we've, in the past what we've done is we've kind of just thrown these down a little bit where we needed them. Or when we needed them, sorry. So, you know what, we'll throw this fire hall over here. Industry isn't really zoning in over here yet, so I think it's a good spot then. Okay, and let's just pave this in. All right, fantastic. So now we're gonna look at how this is going to kind of become a bit of a transition area. So let's just use our basic roads. This isn't a really high trafficked area at all. So we'll just turn our guidelines back on. I think we can probably get away with doing this. It's not going to cause too much issues with the traffic coming in and out of here. This is too steep to get a road on. We could continue this like that. I don't mind that at all. Parking lot is a bit funky, but that's okay. And then how are we going to do this over here? Well, what we could do is use that cul-de-sac as a bit of a marker and say that perhaps at one point these two roads connected. So we could try and drag it out like that. But then we're kind of breaking up our grid a little bit, which isn't the worst thing in the world. So why don't we just go back to kind of something like that. And then I don't want to get too much through here because of the amount of traffic that this causes. So I am a bit concerned, but I think maybe we might be able to get away with something like this. So we go into curved road maybe. Line it up like that. Now let's bring it straight out to here. And then we'll just do a bit of freeform connection. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so the municipal services area is farming industry. So it's actually pretty safe to build houses around as well. I think we're doing that in our other series. Ooh, you know what? I don't know if zoning is turned off all the way. Make sure we turn zoning off through here. Okay, let's destroy that building. Nice, okay, and then we can get another one of those warehouses. Maybe we can get something right there as well. And we'll get some of these warehouses all the way through here. Let's just check the district out because I want to make sure that... Yeah, good thing we did, because if we didn't do that, then we would have gotten generic industry, and I wasn't really looking for that at all today. So this actually isn't a district at all. So the municipal services area can continue out to about here. Oops. And we'll get a new district for this area. We'll bring it all the way through here and then up there. So I'm just going to use the big district zoning tool to help out, and then we'll come back with this. Alrighty, so this will come right down into there. And we're just going to do a bit of a wide circle here because maybe we'll get some housing along there eventually. And gotta make sure that we have all of this in. I think we'll use this block as well, and then we'll occupy this area as well with this district. Okay, Prospect Park. Well, Prospect Park is a name of a district that is up for grabs. So if you'd like to name this district in our town, in the city, feel free. Alrighty, so we do need water as well. So, oh wow, we just barely missed it, didn't we? Okay, we'll bring this through and then over and up. We should be good on coverage down through here. Yeah. Alrighty, so I see this area right here. It's a big hill. I think the best thing we can do is probably throw a park down in here. It'll help the land value out a little bit again, right? And oh, look at that. I rarely get to use the big park, so why don't we do something like that? Honestly, not the biggest fan of it, but I think it's okay. It's got a fountain in it. I think I would almost prefer the other one multiple times than that one. I don't think that's the right kind of style. So why don't we do something like that, and then that, so we can just move them around with Move It. And we can get it to line up a bit nicer. Something like that. And then we'll split this one over here a little bit. Yeah, and then what we'll do is we'll take the dirt paths and we'll just make our own connections. And then this one will come down. And then we do have a connection possibility right here. So what I'm thinking about doing is just doing that, but I'm not going to snap on, so I'm going to turn our guidelines off, turn snapping off. Just going to do that because it still makes a connection without making a silly bump out like this. So if we just turn node something back on, we just do something quick like that. So you see how it makes a weird connection? Yeah, I don't really like that. It still works like this. And yeah, you get a nice park area like this. We'll just fill it out with our trees. Yeah, there we go. We must have really raised the land value with that. Okay, so right in here, I think we'll get a commercial building. And then right through here as well. I'm actually thinking about turning the zoning off along Elizabeth right here. Maybe not. Maybe just right here. Okay, we're freaking the game out a bit. I think I turned it off. Yeah. Let's think about this really quickly. So there are a couple other things we need to get in here today. Like I was thinking about the need for a school as well. But I don't really know if this district will really kind of work with that. So why don't we, let's think maybe we can get an elementary school somewhere. Maybe this lot right here is the best zone. So we're gonna add in more residential through here then maybe, but perhaps the school placement should have been over here. Yeah, I think that's probably the better idea. So why don't we take our zoning tool and we'll de-zone this. Okay, and yeah, we'll get the elementary school over this way. We only really need an elementary school. We built a high school over here recently. It's right here. But I think we do need an elementary school. So we'll take the elementary school, put it down right here. Yeah, I think that works. And, you know, we do have a playground possibility, but we do have a lot of things raising the land value around here already with all these parks. But we also have a bit of a detriment over here. So we could add this small playground to right here, and that would help. But I think what we'll do is we'll just instead take our fence and we'll kind of make our own little park just through here. It doesn't need to be a big park, but I just want to section it off enough to make it seem like it's a schoolyard. Bring it down to here. Yeah, that works. And then what we can do is we can still get some housing through here as well. Alrighty. So I did say I wanted to get housing right through here, so we'll do that. And then we'll get houses from here on, and then to here. This side is a bit interesting. Like, what should really go over here? We can get some services. So why don't we get our little library? We could use the more modern looking library right over here. Yeah, I think so. I think that'll make it seem like a cool building too. So what I'll do is I'll just place it down over here, and then I'm going to use move it. The reason why is because we took zoning off, so you can't zone a building over here. You can't build a building. But there we go, we did anyways. So we'll take some of this off. And actually, I don't mind having the commercial bump right up against it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's try to get the fence through here. So we're just gonna fence off the residential zone. And then we didn't do that on the other side either. So I'll try and make sure that we get our fencing in where appropriate. Okay, and then we'll get a fence right through here. Yeah, and then we'll try to make it seem like maybe these houses have a nice large lot or something. All right. And then we also needed to get fence over here too, didn't we? Okay, here we go. And then we'll get cutting it a bit close here. It looks like we're good. And I think we're probably fine over here. So why don't I just destroy this building, because I really don't like those styles of building. There we go. So hopefully it kind of looks like an area that's kind of going through some gentrification, some growth. Alrighty. I think maybe we can get one more street through here. Let's go with that. There we go. Connect right up like that. And yeah, so let's get some houses right through here. Maybe another commercial zone right there. We'll leave that spot open for a nice, interesting kind of look. And then we'll get some houses right through here. Let's actually just do that. And then we'll get some more houses right through here as well. So I do recognize that we're getting pretty close to our industry area, but again, it doesn't actually matter because this is an area that is not going to pollute. So if we could actually go to pollution, I think, yeah, look at that, no pollution over here. That's fantastic. But, you know, there's still going to be noise pollution. So we can come back and we can fence this, which will help a lot. So let's turn our guidelines off. So it's always a bit easier to fence when you don't have your guidelines on. Whoa. So let's do something like this. Put the fence line right through here. Okay, and then we'll follow this line actually. It's a bit of a marker. We'll actually take that apart so that house has a nice big lot. And then this one will have a nice regular lot. And there we go. Oh, that was a bit regular again, but that's okay. There we go. And then we also need a nice fence through here. So the reason why I'm focusing on the fencing is because, you know, I feel like with the industrial kind of vibe, the fences will seem a bit appropriate. A nice dirt path through here. Okay. Then I'm going to go back to our zoning tool here, and what I'm going to say is I'm going to prioritize newer road, and then I'm going to click Z. Oops, wrong thing. There we go. So I left click those in, and it's prioritizing the newer roads, or at least it should be. Ah, so you click the newer road. You want to prioritize. I see. Okay, so we got to put back in some of this industry that we had planned. And I don't mind if we get a bit more over here. But we can definitely get some residential over here now as well. Maybe a small corner shop right here. Help zone up the area by doing that as well. Okay, and then we need just a bit more fencing to help this area out. So I am using the forestry fence. It looks the most like a suburban fence in my opinion. Okay, and then I'm just gonna fence this over and across like that. Leave open like a blank lot. And yeah, there we go. So, you know, I think this turned out pretty nicely, to be honest. It's always good to fill in these gaps with some trees as well. Just turn up the strength a bit. Let's get some trees over there. Probably should have fenced that off as well. But yeah, I think we'll leave the rest over here like we said, but I think we should probably look at these themes here. So let's make sure that we have international and European suburbia on. And then in policies, I really want to put schools out in this district. So it'll help grow the industry area over here. Especially because we don't really have those in any of the other ones around this area. So it'll be good to kind of have in here. Actually, you know what? We didn't finish over here. So we'll finish up really quickly. Whoa. Let's get some residential. Let's take the zoning tool, take zoning off of these roads right here. And yeah, so I don't mind having residential along this area. I feel like perhaps it's an older zone. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not right here. How's the noise pollution over here? That is something to be concerned about. Ooh, okay, so it is. All right, so I think we'll just zone this up as commercial then. All right, and then I wanted to get a path around here as well. That's the last thing I really wanted to do. So we'll just use, we'll use just no, we'll use this one. That's okay. So we'll do something like that, and then over. Then we'll do something like that. Over, and then this one's gonna go down, but I'm just gonna readjust them. Oh, whoops. Grab that with move it. I'm gonna scooch this down. And then over like that. Okay, and then we have 10-ish minutes to start looking at the helicopters. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna really get to that today, but I think it'll be important to start. And I'll show you what I'll delete as well. Oh, we really don't have room for a fence over here, do we? Okay, we don't. Okay. Well, that's fine. And then what we'll do is we'll get dirt paths between here. Oh, that's not a dirt path, Steven. What the heck? What the heck? Alrighty. So yeah, you know, this area turned out pretty nicely. Pretty happy with it. I like this big park over here. Got a quick little park. And yeah, you know, I think this really helped. This really helped fill up this area. I hate this building, so we'll have to make sure that we destroy that one. Okay, so let's hop back over to the airport and let's start looking at the helicopters. So we have helicopter depots over here. Whoops. We have the medical helicopter depot. This is just the normal helicopter depot. We have the police as well. We have the blimp depot over here. So those are some things. Oh, and the fire depot over here as well. So I think the plan is we're going to delete all of this support infrastructure and then delete this the Ryan Reynolds Freight Airport as well. And then what we'll do is, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that the cargo facilities can use the same runway taxiway systems. So I'll have to give it a think, which is why I wanted to do the more residential build today. Because I think we're going to have to look at building a parallel runway from here to connect up right into here maybe, and run the cargo off of that system. And then we'll run our helicopter supports off of this taxiway as well. So I believe that trucks would probably use the taxiways to get fuel and stuff around. How is our airline doing? We're making some money. Yeah, so I'm thinking we destroy most of this, get a nice entry point over here, then probably over here as well, and we run the helicopters kind of in this area on this side of the runway. And then what I really want to do also is I want to move this plane, so let's actually just move it right now. I'm sure we could find a spot for it. Okay, we'll throw it there. Because right here, I think it'd be a really interesting little spot to get like a private helicopter entrance. So it has its own security gate and everything, so I think it could be an interesting little bit to kind of do. So we need to grab this road. Actually, I don't think we need to grab that road specifically. So why don't we just do this and bring it out a bit farther. So I'm just going to do that. Let's turn node snapping off so we can try to get as close as we can to the highway. Yeah, that works. Okay. And then if we grab our helicopter stop, yeah, so it's its own little private thing, and I figured it would be interesting to have along the road system here. It could kind of look like it's a part of the airport as well, and then maybe we could grab a couple more of these helipad. You know what? Maybe what we do is bring this road right alongside here. Yeah, let's try that. So I'm just going to back this up a little bit. Let's bring this road right through here. Maybe we might be able to get two out of this. Turn node snapping back on. Bring this out to right here. Then bring this right in here like that. Then maybe, I don't think you can run stops off of the helicopter depot, can you? Because that would be prime to do that here. So why don't we actually just, instead of building a new one, we could just test it out. It's probably a better plan, right? Okay. Do have the stop, right? Yeah, so you can't. But, I mean, it would look cool. It's a bit unfortunate that you can't run a stop through here, unless maybe I just can't right now. Because that does look really nice, having the 2 helicopter pads over here. Okay, well, you know what, I'll give it a think. It's not really anything pressing at the moment either, so it doesn't really matter too much. If we get the helicopters right on the first time. All right, and then this gives us an opportunity to grab the bus road right here and then just bump it up a little bit so the buses can use this to turn around. I'm gonna select this fence right here, turn off node snapping and our guidelines again, bring it right to that point right there. And I guess this part isn't needed. Yeah, so there's parking in here. Maybe you're a celebrity, you own your helicopter. You can just drive right into here, you know? I feel like that's pretty cool. Let's grab our little fence, and what we'll do is we'll just bring this right alongside the road here. I'll bring this fence right through there. A nice straight connection like that. Okay, fill this in a little bit more with some trees. Okay, why does the helicopter depot have a tree? Very interesting. Could cause some pretty serious damage. Alrighty, so yeah, you know, this looks pretty nice. I would say that, you know, we're pretending that this asset has real stops over here, and you know, when Sir Private Helicopter Guy comes in, they can plop down over here and then take their car, and then they're right on the highway. So we'll do that, and then that kind of leaves us more space over here, but maybe we do change it to the stop after all, if we can't get it to run once we have stops going as a stop itself, but you know, it has a helicopter sign, so I'm hoping it does. Sends out vehicles automatically. Yeah, I don't think it will actually. So yeah, let's call a bit of a mulligan on that little build. But you know, I think the idea was there, but just wouldn't work. So I think we'll just roll with this one then. Yeah, we'll bring it right to here. Kind of gives us a bit more room to play with too, doesn't it? Alrighty. Come on. There we go, and then we'll just move it here. We'll bring this airport fence to right there, and then what we can do is we can actually just bend the fence a little bit, make it look a bit nicer. And this actually leaves us an opportunity here to get something as well. Something to think about, that's for sure. Alrighty, and looks like all the buses are using this to turn around. I was hoping that they'd just use this instead. So maybe what we'll do is we'll delete this and we'll run that off of the corner right here. Let's turn node snapping on, make sure we actually have the right. There we go, and then I'll upgrade this little bit. Turn collision off really quickly. Turn it back on. Always remember to turn collision back on once you've turned it off. Otherwise, you can run into some very frustrating issues. There we go. And maybe we could say there's other bus stops over here as well. We can even like add in smaller streets and turn them into bus stops if we run out of these down the line. Okay, so I think maybe we can get a parking lot in here to kind of add some support to this helicopter depot, and we can always just touch up the concrete as well. Yeah, this concrete asset is, well, very nice. It's interesting that it has the kind of blockiness that it does. Totally understand why. Maybe in a future game it won't. Okay, I don't think we really need this part anymore. Then this asset right here is actually sticking out, just kind of causing that. So maybe we can just kind of do something like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we got the first helicopter set up. That'll be really fun to kind of add in as well. I'm glad that it's kind of in the realm of the airport air traffic control as well. And tomorrow's episode, what I'll do is we'll delete all this. Won't take too long. We'll probably look at relocating some of the helicopter facilities over here first. And then what we'll do is we'll look at deleting this. So tomorrow's episode is going to be a lot of deleting and revising. So since we already have a nice airport, we have all the cargo stuff unlocked, we can look at running a second cargo airport line right through here. We'll revise the tram line and all of this stuff. And yeah, I actually haven't really dabbled at all in the cargo stuff, so we'll look at that in the future. But let's go back over to our little town that we built, little community. And holy buses, what the heck is this? Turning to depot. From where? Okay, anyways. We'll let all these streams of buses. Where? What the? Alright, well, we're kind of ending on a funny issue, but that's okay. Have a great day, folks. We'll talk to you soon. There we go. Peace out.